Alright. So it's morning. Finally got everything out of the way. And I'm sitting down to work here. Just kind of picking up where I left off yesterday as far as styling and doing all this junk. And getting the app themes set up. Yeah, Cooper right here. See, hey Cooper. He's my good boy. He comes and hangs out. Sits with me when I'm in here programming. Oh, buddy. Usually sits on the couch back there. Just chills with me. He's a nice little guy. But yeah, so the goal today, I'd like to get the app theme and the styles sorted out so that it will at least, even if I don't implement dark mode, so that at least even if the phone is on dark mode, the application can be on light mode and actually have everything show up properly and not have things be like white text on white backgrounds. And from there, I think everything else will work out. What else do I want to try and get done today? Well, let's see how far I get with these style things. If I get through it the day, then I'll probably see if I can squeeze something else into it tonight before the end of the day. Otherwise, I guess it's just going to be the styling stuff today. What are the things? So, in the business sense, with MCC and this whole new thing that we've been developing we've got a new addition to the team. Her name's Kathy. She's got some experience in project management and sales and marketing and stuff like that. So we're bringing her on to help us, between myself, Ted, Bradford, and Kevin, to help us all really align and jot down what our weekly and monthly goals are on things that we're trying to accomplish, and have her just beat the crap out of us until we get it done. So we got a meeting, I think, for either Monday or Tuesday morning. We're waiting to confirm the time to sit down with her and outline everything that we're trying to accomplish and what the next steps are, and help her understand where we're at, and to have just somebody else that's riding our ass, keeping us accountable, because we set goals and deadlines, and when you're busy, you're doing things, you're running around, things come up, and then those deadlines and those goals don't happen. So it needs to happen, and we need somebody to really be on top of us. So that's where we're going to go with that. Hopefully that we can all drive together and really push. I think it's going to be the structure and the organization that we need that will hopefully make it happen for us. What else do we have? I'm probably going to be helping Ted out with some solar installs next week at some point. He just needs some help getting all the equipment on the roof, so we'll see what that happens. I'm kind of rambling now, and probably gonna bore you guys with this video, so let's just move on and let's work to implement the styles, implement this stuff, and hopefully a little later today I can put another video together and showing the styles of the app all actually working. That's the goal. So let's get to work, and I'll update you guys later. Okay, so now that I've been reading and really diving into the whole application styles and how all that works, I've been able to set up the beginnings of the light theme and it appears to work properly when I change them at runtime, and the styles get updated. So let me see here. Okay, so I've set up currently here on my application the styles. You see there, I'm setting up titles, subtitles, you know, the color, the size of the fonts, etc., the frames, and I'm able to start standardizing what a lot of the layout looks like, which is nice. And then from there, I created a light theme. File here that defines what the colors are. So the styles are defined in the application, the colors are defined by the theme, and it seems to work. So you apply them very easily rather than setting you know, all that data here, all those properties like the color, the font, the size, etc. You just apply the style, which works pretty easily. So that when you then come back and need to change the style depending on something, you just change the style, and it does it at runtime, as you can see over here. So we've got all of these guys. I was just showing you guys the invoice section, so you can see that the invoice now is green if it's paid, unpaid, and red if it's overdue, which is pretty awesome. So I'm gonna be going through here and basically creating and applying styles to all the different elements of the app, and it'll be all a pretty standard look now, which, I mean, it was fairly standard, but I think it'll definitely make it look better now. As you can see, a lot of it all looks the same now, which is pretty neat. So once I apply that, then the idea is that I can create a dark theme by updating the colors, and then I should be able to create a toggle to switch between light and dark themes, which is kind of cool. So I'll update you guys as I go along. Let's see if anything happens. Oh yeah, the dashboard bug. I'll get to that at some point. But there you go. Alright, so I've been working on this pretty much all day. So I first, let me switch this around so that you guys can see. Alright, so first off, I had to define the color theme. We just define a few base colors to use. And then I had to set up these styles for each individual element with each individual color combination, so on and so forth, which was kind of a pain in the butt. And I literally had to go file by file and set the styles for things, as you can see right there, and every little element, and make sure that I didn't miss anything. But now what we have is this here, which is pretty neat. So you can see that we are colored properly. you know, this task that's overdue is red, an upcoming task is just gray. You open up a task, we have color combinations, buttons with proper coloring. When you open this up, everything has the proper coloring. And I also, while I was going through this, spent time to make sure that everything looked right, everything was aligned right. So I've pretty confident that now the UI looks pretty damn good and it works pretty well. I currently have the emulator in dark mode so that I could make sure that the light theme was setting colors up properly for everything. So that, you know, I know that even if somebody's on dark mode, at least for right now, it will still look proper. Whereas before there was other issues with things that did not look right. Go to invoices, you can see that right off the bat. Things have color, have the proper colors. You know, all the stuff that you can click on is highlighted as such. So on and so forth. The color's coming a little darker than it really is, just because probably the screen and the lighting in here. But what's cool about this is that now this doesn't just work on iOS. We also have it, if I can figure out how to use it. Here it is, let me see. There we go. Okay, this is an Android device. I just launched the app. Okay, send it down here. Let's see if it's gonna work. Yay. Alright. You see it's loading. Wi-Fi signal might be a little cheeky here. So it'll take a second to load. There we go. Android takes a little bit to draw everything. So we have the same color scheme. Is this one tied into the wrong? There we go. Why didn't estimate show? There we go. So you see we have the same coloring. I wish I could get rid of the block for the buttons on Android. I'm gonna maybe see if I can tackle that next. That everything kind of works. Send an estimate. Cancel that. Invoices. Invoices have color. So there we go. Pretty much all day's work there. So now I have a working light theme on the CRM app, which is nice. And then what we'll go from there is I can start developing a dark theme, and then a way for people to be able to switch back and forth in the settings. But for now, I think I'm good on this and I can move on. The interest was to make sure that at least the app stayed working in light mode, or in a light theme in dark mode. And that looks like we've accomplished it. So we move on to the next items on our list. So I've stayed up way too late to keep working on this thing, but I'm pretty happy with the end result. I am currently pushing. Oh, there you that sent a new version to the App Store for test flight so that Brad and I can test it on our phones live. And yeah, it's about 2 in the morning, so I'm gonna finish up. Time to go to sleep. I'm tired, but I'm happy that I got this done. Needed to be done.